Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Here we are. We're taping December 16th, 2017. We're airing this week. I'm Hollywood J. Williams.
I'm Robert Hoff.
Is that Not Dangerous Dan today?
I'm whoever you want me to be, ladies and gentlemen. I'm one of a kind, thank God most people say.
Definitely. We had one heck of a week this week with all the snow and everything. This is the squared circle. Defenders of indie wrestling. And defend is what we did. We braved the elements. Took almost 2 hours to get there. But Pioneer Valley Pro Wrestling put on a great show at the Eastfield Mall in Springfield, Massachusetts. And we went up there, and up north, they had a lot more snow than we had down here. That's for sure. I definitely seriously underestimated the snowfall totals up there. We went up there.
Hollywood J was bare knuckling the steering wheel, folks.
I admit it. I was. We went up there to cover wrestling anyway in a snowstorm. Why? Because we're crazy.
Because we go where the independents go, because we are the defenders of independent pro wrestling.
Yeah. When it comes to giving you footage, coverage of the greatest wrestling around, and that's independent wrestling, we don't care. We'll do it.
Indeed, the irresistible force met the immovable object, and it's your privilege
Exactly.
to watch the show today.
Yep. We're going to be having that. We got a call-in guest coming in momentarily, I believe. Rather controversial figure that has popped up in Pioneer Valley Pro Wrestling. Got some questions for him.
You know, Jay, they do say controversy creates cash. So where's mine, bro? My holiday bonus.
Well, it's coming probably by Valentine's Day.
Probably.
Or Easter.
And that's early for you.
But just briefly before the phone call, last night we were in Enfield to cover Blitzkrieg Pro Wrestling's Roots Radical. Now Blitzkrieg Pro usually brings in some big name talent for to be part of the show, to be there signing, autograph signings, usually in conjunction with, I can't remember their names now.
And of course,
it's not Bulldog Enterprises.
Nope.
Right. Connor Promotions, exactly. Because I met, I'd already met Jimmy Hart, but got his autograph back over the summer at a Blitzkrieg show. But Connor Promotions this time had Just Incredible coming in as a guest to sign autographs, and
who was just an idiot?
Reportedly, allegedly, was feeling really good. Let's just put it to you that way. Right. Was being influenced by something. It placed into his body.
Alleged adult beverages.
Right. It was at the end of the first match, which was a great match, I might add. It was the Closers versus Massage Envy versus... Where's my mind this morning?
I have no idea. Did you leave it at home in the spare pocket
of your jeans? The Breakfast Club, of course. The Breakfast Club. Kip Stevens and the Abominable CPA. Great match. The commissioner of Blitzkrieg was about to make an announcement regarding the next card, February 24th, back at the Pierogi Palace there in Enfield, when Mr. Just Incredible picked up the microphone and waltzed himself into the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, that was not part of the act. That was in no way a work. The man basically went in there, and I don't know what he was going to say, but the locker room spilled out. Was not very appreciative of him being in there. I really don't blame them at all. Now, we all have our problems. We all have our demons we deal with. People have problems with addiction, alcohol, drugs, what have you. You know, which is sad. And, you know, people in those situations need help. But, you know, he's a veteran, and, you know, he came before them. You know, he should realize, you know, all the hard work it takes to put on a wrestling show, an independent wrestling show. By doing this, it was a very, very disrespectful act. You know, he may or may not have been under the influence, but to do that is highly disrespectful. He definitely owes them an apology, a big apology for that. They worked really hard to try to put on a product, a great product, one of the greatest products in this state, Blitzkrieg Pro Wrestling, Jeremy Leary and his staff to do that. And for him to do that, I mean, it's disrespectful. We have a phone call right now. We'll get to that a little more. Hello, is this Alex Cypher? Hello.
Good morning. I must have had you on mute. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Hold on.
Hollywood functions best on mute.
Right.
So how are we doing today, gentlemen?
We are doing great. We were just actually you were there too. We were just touching on Mr. Just Incredible last night and how disrespectful that was. That the stunt he had pulled in the ring, interrupting the program.
Well, you know, obviously it was something sad that happened. I'm not sure exactly. It was a stunt. You know, that was a cry for help, and hopefully after last night he gets the help that he needs. That's what I believe everybody there really hopes for.
Oh, exactly. Right. I mean, Matt even said if he cleans himself up, he'd probably be welcomed back with open arms. If he was to clean himself up, that's for sure.
I'm sure he would be.
Right.
He's been around for a long time, and he's been looked up to for a long time by a lot of people in the wrestling business. So I would assume that he would definitely be welcome back.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. He just has to get himself together. That's all. But enough of that. Let's talk about you. You have arrived on the scene here in Pioneer Valley Wrestling over the past few cards. You tell us who you represent. You have it looks like an official badge there with looks like the picture of the state of Massachusetts on it. What are you doing there, and what's your agenda?
Well, let me ask you something first. I'm just curious because you said you wanted to talk about me. So you had posted last night something about bringing back the worst person in wrestling segment. Are you talking about me or somebody else you're going to be talking about later on your show?
I'm not talking about you. Actually, we were talking about Mr. Just Incredible. Actually, yeah, right.
Okay.
You actually reminded me about that whole me bringing back the. I was just commenting on it now. Right.
I got worried for a second. You can see the confusion. I've had quite a few people be rude to me over the past couple of months. So.
Right. We're here to give you your day in court. I mean, we want to know who you are and what your agenda is. That's simply that. We're not saying you're right. We're not saying you're wrong. But go ahead and plead your case.
Dang, Corey, this took a weird turn quickly. Well, however, I've been doing what I'm doing for about the past 6 or 7 months. And don't get me wrong, myself being present at your event is definitely a good thing. It definitely means that somebody has reached out to me. It's not me going around chasing other people. But I am part of a newly formed Massachusetts State Athletic Commission and Pro Wrestling Division, and right now I'm the head and only acting officer until this thing fully gets off the ground.
Really?
So, yeah. So my job is to go around and ensure that proper execution is in place for the different upstate and so that's sorry, feedback. I don't know if that's me.
Trying to control some volume here.
Hollywood doesn't deal well with technology.
Right. Give me 1 second here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Yeah, what we're doing right now, actually, we're showing some footage here. It's this is one of the cases here you actually got involved with. It was the tag team title match at the year-end event in Hadley with the closers versus the lockup.
Okay, so, well, first off, was the whole static thing some ruse to get me to not finish what I was saying?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, we can move on if that's what you want to do, but as far as my day in court is concerned, I guess I didn't really get to finish.
I'll go right ahead.
Playing my purpose. No, it's okay. I guess nobody wants to hear. So, what about Hadley, Jason? Go ahead.
No, it was a situation. We're showing part of the tag match here. Something had happened to the referee, which you're going to be seeing momentarily here. But it's an example of what you're here to do, I guess.
Okay. Well, two things go into this. One, Massachusetts has some labor laws that unfortunately prohibit me from talking about certain work-related things to when I'm off the clock because I'm not a salaried employee. So I can talk about this a little bit because it's been slightly settled, but there are certain things that I still might not be able to touch on. However, it has been made well aware that Brad Bacon, sorry, I hate that name, Hollister, has been suspended for 60 days. So is that what you're referring to when he put his hands on referee Dojin?
Right.
Well, that's pretty much it. Our referee, unfortunately, had made a terrible mistake, one that, would have been rectified. We would have found a way to make it up to the closers. But unfortunately, our ref had mishandled the outcome of that contest. And Mr. Hollister didn't get it in his way. And therefore, instead of handling like an adult, he handled it like a child. And with the support of the crowd in attendance there, he grabbed the referee and proceeded to, what's the best word, assault him, more than once, even with myself in the ring, trying to prevent him to do it, even though that's not even my job. My job, if they're going to go ahead and be stupid and break rules, I'm going to let them do it. But I've known both Brad and Justin for quite some time, and decided to give them the benefit of the doubt. And Brad took the childish way, so now he's being suspended for 60 days.
He's suspended for 60 days. We're seeing him right now. He's got his hands on Dojin. Looks like Tunis is trying to be the voice of reason here, but he's got his hands on Dojin, and it seems like the crowd wants him to manhandle little Dojin.
Yeah, they did. They acted like pigs. I mean, that's the only thing I could call them when they're talking about that type of violence to a human being. I don't understand it, but it is what it is, and it's been taken care of. So part about working in the the wrestling business as I am is about moving on and moving forward. You know,
right.
That's what this is. It is a business, and we have.
There he is. He's getting up in your face now.
Sorry?
We're showing this. Brad Hollister's all upset with you right now. It looks like.
Yeah. Well, what else is new? He's upset with everybody when things don't go his way. But as I was saying, we all have goals. We're here to make money and to make the best product possible. And to grow wrestling as an overall business. That's what I have really brought here is a business aspect to independent wrestling. I'm there to help people, and I've certainly done my job so far, but I've been getting an extreme lack of support from a lot of the talent. And I'm sorry, talent is a word that is used as commission. It's just a blanket statement to cover both athletes, officials, et cetera, things like to that matter. So, but I don't want people to have the wrong impression of me. But the past couple events, it seems like that's exactly what's happening. People think I'm there to ruin wrestling, and certainly not. Because that's what somebody called me, ruiner of wrestling. Fantastic. Not what I'm getting paid to do. So.
Well, what are some of the things you think Pioneer Valley is doing wrong? What do you think they can improve on as far as like safety wise and things like that? I mean, I know you're out there measuring like distance between the ring and the front row, things like that. I mean, are these things that are necessary?
That's just for fire reasons. There's proper codes that they have to adhere to when they're setting up. Me checking the ring is for obviously the athlete's safety and the spacing of everything and how everything's set up is all for fire code reasons. That's not really why I'm there, although that's some of the reason, but that's just about 10%. Almost every event I've been to for them, somebody has had their hands been put on them that is not involved in the contest, whether that be a fan or myself, right there, that's glaring, that's red flag. You just can't do that in any sport. You can't put your hands on people that are not, involved. And to be honest with you, wrestling is unique in that aspect where you are putting your hands on people, but there's no fine line. I mean, that line is drawn thick. You can't put your hands on anybody that's not involved directly in the contest. And it seems to happen every single show. I don't know what's going on backstage because I don't spend my time there. But I would imagine that there's a lot of, clashing personalities. I see a lot of people coming out and having tantrums. It's not just Brad Bacon Hollister. It's other people too. It's kind of saddening because they're all so very good. But, the tantrums that they've been having is embarrassing to them.
Are you going around to any of the other promotions in Massachusetts? Or, because, I mean, looking out for you, I mean, if you're just going to Pioneer Valley and not to any of the others, it's almost like you're singling Pioneer Valley out, and there's several other promotions in Massachusetts as well.
Sure are. You know what? There's a lot of promotions in Massachusetts, and being where startup portion of the athletic commission, my hand is in only so many promotions at the moment. I've been reached out to by many, so it's not like there's a shortage here. Everybody wants to jump on board because everybody sees the benefit of having me there. I mean, if you want to reach your goals, if you want to exceed your sales margin, if you want to bring in profit, that not only handsomely pays your athletes, but pays the event coordinator and everybody that's involved. That's what my job is. So there is a strict line of rules that go along with being an official part of the state of Massachusetts. There are a lot of companies that are still independent that aren't completely recognized yet, but I will get there. For instance, I tell that Brett Hollister's wrestling in other promotions in Massachusetts. He's not supposed to. He's supposed to recognize the fact that he was suspended and, recognize the fact and then, obey that fact too, but I can't stop him at this moment from wrestling from another promotion in Massachusetts. That is coming soon. That's coming soon. And it's also going to be retroactive, so he can go around and he can dance from place to place this weekend. He can beat everybody. That's fantastic, and I wish him the best of luck. But he is going to have a punishment to pay afterwards. So as far as me singling out Pioneer Valley, for one, I'm local, and two, they've been recognized as having some of the most potential for growth around. So, my job is to reach out to the places that have this room for growth and potential and help them reach it. And that's what I'm going to do. I don't want to call them a project. They're certainly not, because without me, they could certainly run on their own. But my goodness, I'm going to take them to that next level. And you wouldn't think that from somebody in my position, but that's exactly what somebody in my position does, is, takes these companies and brings them to that next level.
We saw you last night over the line in Enfield, Connecticut.
Sure did.
Right. And I was wondering what somebody from the Massachusetts State Athletic Commission would be doing over state lines with Blitzkrieg.
Well, of course you'd be wondering that. Well, we actually have something called the Unified Independent Sports Act, and, that's something that I can pat myself on the back for. I created, and both Blitzkrieg and Pioneer Pro are part of it. And what this allows them to do is trade talent, officials, also defend championships from promotion to promotion, even across state lines, without any extra paperwork or approval. And that's where I come into play. I'm kind of like the little insurance policy that goes along with it. They're borrowing talent from the state of Massachusetts. Sometimes they borrow equipment, which is a ring. I know at the show a month ago, or 2 months ago, I'm sorry, I've been at so many of these events, over the past few months, they're jumbling together. That's what I have notes for. 2 books worth of wonderful notes here. Regardless, the date doesn't matter. But sometimes they borrow equipment too, and I just go with it. Like I said, I protect things. I'm the insurance.
Are you still there, Mr. Cypher?
I'm still here. Have you not been listening?
No. I think you cut out for like 2 seconds. That's all.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I have to fill every second that I'm on the call? You can follow me now.
Oh no! I think it's we were up close to Vermont, as you were telling me, and I didn't know if the connection was bad. That's all. It's no big deal. Would you? That being said, we saw you in Blitzkrieg last night. Would we be seeing you in other promotions in Connecticut? We have one down here called Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling, right out of East Haven, Connecticut.
I guess that would. They're not currently under the Unified Independent Sports Act, so no.
I guess they're safe for now.
Until I'm made aware of Massachusetts State talent or equipment going over there, that's going to be slightly out my boundaries. This is again just been around since July. I've had great support from the state, and now reaching out into Connecticut and talking to the officials there, it's going to continue to grow. So it's going to take some time, just like everything. This was, originally an idea that turned into something much greater, which it deserves to be. Our mission statement, while I pull it up on my notes here, give you an idea of, excuse me.
Oh, go ahead.
Talk for a second, Jason, while I find this.
All right.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, I'm here. Mr. Cypher's looking for
Can you
something.
edit this? Can you edit this part?
We can edit, yeah.
Okay, all right, here we go. Okay, I found it. Sorry, gentlemen. So our statement would be to ensure quality product product through proper execution of talent, production, and safety. So, point being, I'm going to make sure that everybody ensures that their product is quality through proper execution, talent, production, and safety. It's just going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to go national. I've had people reach out to me, but I'm only one person. I'm solely building a team to back me.
So we should warn our friends at PAPW that eventually they just might come across you. Perhaps.
It's possible.
Right.
But I'm not going to waste my time either. Unfortunately, like events like Blitzkrieg last night, I really don't have any power outside of things happening, to the athletes or the equipment at this point until I actually have my foot into the production. And that's where a lot of these places are mishandling things is, in the safety and the production. It's certainly no shortage of athletic talent whatsoever. But, my overall goal is to be the man in charge of all of that. I want to, this is a business, like I said, and that's my business is business, and that's what my flavor is that I bring over. So eventually I want to be the champion of anything. I want to be the champion of production, talent, and safety.
It's a big title.
Wow.
Big
title.
Big responsibility.
And I'm willing to wear that crown, Jason. But I've been on this call for 19 minutes. I'm not being paid by the state, and my children are waiting inside. So I'm going to have to wrap this up, gentlemen.
That's all right. We do thank you for your time.
Sure. Thanks. Bye.
No problem. Mr. Cypher.
The pleasure was all his.
Right. And he just rushed right off and you didn't even get the chance to, and I was about to give you the ball, and he just hung up.
Well, you were
because he must have known that
you were stuttering and stammering enough for both of us, so
Stuttering. Don't listen to this guy, because I think you might have been afraid of the really hard questions from you.
Might have.
Right. Don't know, but that was Alex Cypher, Massachusetts State Athletic Commission, just telling us about himself and what his job is and what it entails and all that.
And speaking of hearing about people involved in the business and what their jobs are and different aspects, just want to remind everybody to keep a lookout, an eye out. Keep something out. Don't lose an eye, but keep something out for this month's upcoming special edition of Good News Now, where we'll have our good friend Mario Mancini from Paradise Alley Professional Wrestling joining us on Good News Now to inform the viewers of what good things they do in the community.
Definitely. It should be really exciting. But as we showed the footage from of Will Dojan getting manhandled there by Big Bacon Brad Hollister, we also...
I don't call him Big Bacon. I call him more Sizzling.
Sizzling, huh? Wow. Sizzling, huh? What we're going to get to right now is when we braved the elements last week, Pioneer Valley Pro Wrestling at the Eastfield Mall, Springfield, Massachusetts. That is the site of a former Macy's department store.
And it looks like our good friend Matthew James is in the ring with the microphone.
Right. Pioneer Valley growing from leaps and bounds. They are going to be at this location, they tell me, 4 times coming up in the year 2018, next year. 4 appearances at this Eastfield Mall.
So that's 4 times we get to visit Donovan's.
4 times we get to visit Donovan's. Next one, I believe, is February 10th. And Ricky the Dragon Steamboat will be there for autograph signing.
And we've seen Ricky on numerous occasions.
Exactly.
Still in phenomenal shape.
He still is in phenomenal shape. what we have here is I believe this is going to be a match where the two competitors are tied together. Perry Von Vicious here.
I've heard you participate in a similar situations. Is that true?
I plead the fifth, sir. We have another. I don't know who that is. I have no idea who that is. Never mind that. It wasn't Mr. Cypher calling back. Zachary Pierre Boileau coming down to the ring. But I don't know what was wrong with the cameraman this day. Might have been a little tired from the driving in the snow. This, of course, Pioneer Valley, now with a new champion. One of your favorites, Tomahawk.
Yeah, running chicken.
Right.
I get him in the ring, I'll slap him around.
Hey now. The 23, you can see it on our group page, on our YouTube channel, the Squared Circle TV. The 23-year career of Johnny Idol came to an end.
Suddenly, shockingly.
It was sad. It was an emotional moment in time. You had to be there, but I'm sure we haven't seen the last of Johnny.
Yeah, we had to give you several adult beverages just to console you.
It's one of my favorites. It's one of the reasons for taking the trip up there every month. Like I said, I can't see him going away completely. But check that match out, definitely.
Zachary Pierre Boileau misses with the high knee.
Right?
Of course, he's French, so how could you expect him to do anything right?
Hey now. That's stereotyping.
It's true, though.
That's assuming that every French person out there doesn't do anything right.
Bro, I've got international foreign experience. I used to live by the Canadian border. I could see Canada from my house.
Canada's a beautiful country for a while. I was only there for 15 minutes.
And they were glad you left.
I was like 10. There's actually a promotion in Canada that Zach and Tomahawk and Delmy XL are all involved with NWE, but that's in New Brunswick above Maine. Perhaps we'll get passports.
You think I'm going to Canada? Canada does not deserve the dangerous one. They can't even say bagel right. They say croissant.
Croissant. But croissant isn't a bagel. I don't know. Maybe.
And Canadians can't wrestle. Look at this guy.
And
he's got a cheat here. Look, use the rope around his opponent.
Perry Von Vicious is the one that usually cheats.
Oh, Perry Von Vicious is a heck of a guy.
If you say so. Well, I mean, they both have a rope tied to each other. What is with the shaky cam here? There's Charles.
Our good friend Charles Catoli bringing those close-up shots that you can find on our Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
Along with Charles Catoli's award-winning match write-ups.
Exactly.
See, now look, Perry Von Vicious is being a nice guy, trying to get the fans into the action. Whereas the other the other Frenchman, was, being rude.
The Quebecer. What do you think of them in the mall?
I don't like to see French people in the mall or anywhere.
Pioneer Valley in the mall.
Oh, Pioneer Valley in the mall. Well, it was a good sight.
Right.
Shows lots. If they can manage to fill that sucker out like they do many of their other venues.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be good.
Right. A lot of malls these days. I mean, it's unfortunate times we're living in. A lot of these anchor stores are going out of business, and the malls are looking
Well,
for...
no wonder they're going out of business, bro. They keep letting French people in.
I can't say that. I think it's more has to do
You can't say it. I've said
with
it.
Amazon and other online services.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Amazon's, those I can handle. Let me tell you.
Well, the point being is malls are looking for people to fill these anchor stores, and if professional wrestling can do it, I think that's great. And, perhaps other companies ought to be taking a look at doing things like this. Give yourself a nice day at the mall.
In the future, they might examine that.
Mm-hmm.
Other promotions, however, you have to wonder what the overhead cost is initially involved in obtaining a spot in the mall. Is it overall worth the price?
Well, that's the whole thing you have to ask yourself there.
Because let me tell you, if they pay with that Canadian funny money like this, Zachary, what'd you say his name?
Zachary Pierre Boileau.
Yeah, see, you can barely get that out of your damn mouth. If they pay him in funny money, it's not worth it,
They're all getting into it, though. Surprised it was a decent turnout in spite of the snow.
Oh, I love the snow. You were scared beyond your wits, but I love the snow.
I'm not a winter guy. That's just me. It's okay. If you like it, you like it. Hey.
That guy sitting ringside with the purple shirt on the closers. Looks like he forgot to close the refrigerator a couple times.
Oh, look at this. Oh, who's attacking who here?
Zachary Pierre Below was cheating. He was trying to hang on to that ring post and use it as a weapon. You saw that.
Ring post is a sterile.
Sterile. That's your problem?
You can't pull the ring post out. How are you going to use it as a weapon?
Oh, he was thinking of something. I know those French people. I know how they think.
You pull a ring post out, you're breaking down the entire ring.
Well, we've seen that happen on various shows from time to time. Rings come crashing down.
Right.
Now you got your buddy Zachary Pierre Frogface there climbing the ropes, cheating deliberately in front of the referee. His opponent was just trying to gingerly and politely make his way into the ring.
Look at that.
Suplex from the second rope. If it were from the third rope, it would be a superplex.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, Frenchmen do nothing super.
Hey.
So what could you expect? Now, see, he's the good guy in green is politely making his way up, clearing his head, not bothering this Frenchy guy over here. You figure that Zachary Pierre Ballou likes French fries?
He might. He might not too. He might be into health food. He might be a strict vegan for all we know. ZPV. He looks beaten up. He's trying to get to his feet. But this Perry Von Vicious, he might be.
He's probably drunk. You know, Canadians do drink a lot.
Oh. I think he's. I think the match is taking its toll on him. The thing about Perry Von Vicious, I think he's gunning for Tomahawk's title.
Perry Von Vicious, a heck of a competitor.
Mm-hmm.
Running Chicken may have his hands full if he gets in Perry Von Vicious's way.
Oh, I think those two will be on a collision course probably really soon. Wow.
Vicious clotheslined by Perry Von Vicious, taking Frenchie there down to the mat.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, Zachary Pierre Ballou is blown up here. He can't even get to his feet. And we see the counting of the turnbuckle pads. There's one.
Right. That's what you have to do. That's the object of the game in the bull rope match.
This was the reindeer rope match.
Reindeer rope match.
Get it right over there, Hollywood.
All right. Tis the season to have a reindeer rope match.
Backflip. Zachary's trying to climb his way to the top of the ropes. Big splash in the corner. All right, you see how he cheated there? Did you see that?
No.
Were you watching? I bet even our producer in the back room could see how he cheated. Now look, see this guy's. He's got a problem. All right, he's supposed to be French,
mm-hmm.
and he's counting in English.
Go figure.
Can he go, 1, 2, 3? No, he can't do that, see? That's why I am the international foreign expert.
What do we have here?
Well, it looks like Zachary Pierre Ballou actually accidentally hit his head on the title there. That smart Mark Golden has.
The Blitzkrieg Bedlam title.
We saw him also last night.
Of course. Smart Mark Sterling.
So now look, this guy can count in English.
Now we got Sterling in there. Was this completely necessary?
It's not Sterling's fault that Zachary Pierre Ballou drew him into the ring.
How do you draw somebody into a ring?
He drew him into the ring. He thought that his friend was going to get attacked, and he was there to help him. It was a no DQ match.
Smart Mark Sterling. He's a very smart man.
Indeed he is. That's why he was there to help his friend. See,
Look at this. Now, what is this?
Did you?
How fair do you think this is now?
Wait a minute. Did you hear what Zachary Pierre Ballou said to them?
I don't think.
Did you hear what he said?
I don't think Ballou's saying much of anything right now.
Well, that's the problem with those French people. You can never tell, but guaranteed he said something.
I don't know what he said. He's never said anything bad to me about anybody.
Well, how can you understand what he says?
Oh, he speaks fluent English.
Fluent English, but not French.
What is this here? We have the Blitzkrieg Pro Bedlam champion and potentially a future PvP champion working over one of the aristocrats here.
Excuse me, we'll just have to get our producer's attention.
What do we have here? You're tying the guy up in the ropes.
Mario's at the door. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard that correctly. Our very special guest on Good News Now today.
He just arrived.
Mario Mancini has arrived. Now, you see, these two are talking like gentlemen. You can understand coherently what they're saying. That's Zachary Pierre, but you couldn't understand what he was saying. He was insulting these two fine gentlemen, making them take it up another notch. You see, that's just... Okay, now, Holiday, I'm glad you enjoyed this match. I thought far and wide what to get you for Christmas, my friend.
Yeah.
I thought very hard, very far and wide, and I wanted to get you something that everybody would enjoy.
What are you? Oh, all right. Yeah.
I know I enjoyed that.
Oh yeah.
Squared Circle viewers, and Jay will enjoy that for a few hours to come.
Oh yeah. What was that all about?
Well, you didn't come up with the Christmas bonus. You were attacking the good guys on that video. You made sure our
how biased?
You made sure our very special guest for our next show was locked out. You know, that's unprofessional. I was tired of it, bro.
Unprofessional? You're supposed to have somebody out there looking at that door.
So now you want me in charge of the door,
yes,
as well as carrying you through this show.
You don't carry nothing. I made you, buddy.
And I broke you.
You're the reason. I'm the reason for your success. I
use you like a case of toilet paper. Let's keep that straight.
You remember that.
And that ain't even Scott's. It's the cheap stuff.
Cheap stuff. Well, yeah, you always drink water every time we go out. That's
right. That's why I do the better camera work.
You call that better camera work?
That's high quality stuff. When you got a Canadian in the ring, a Frenchman, how the heck can you keep them straight? Those French people can't. They don't do anything right.
You're being very, very almost racist.
No. I am not racist. I am not prejudiced.
You hate everybody equally.
I do. I hate everybody equally. And you're a meathead. You know what a meathead is? You're dead from the neck up. You're a meathead. I'm telling you. The things the people I got to work with here. Thank God, our very special guest Mario Mancini has arrived
for Good News
Good News Now. So I have somebody intelligent to speak with. Thank God.
He's a very intelligent man. He's gonna tell us all about PAPW and what goes on at the school. There's a special event coming up. They had to cancel last week because of the storm, but coming up on December 29th. Sort of a makeup date at the school itself, right down the street here.
I'll make up, not a make out. So don't be trying to grab my knee on the way in again.
So I don't know. Any final thoughts? We're kind of running out of time.
Yeah, don't be giving me any of that joyous Noel stuff.
we gotta edit that out
because I can only handle that. But coming up, sure enough, as we said, is the king of the cheesecakes,
right?
The Thriller from Manila, Mr. Mario Mancini.
From Manila. He's from Milford.
No. I got better news, buddy. Let me tell you. But that's because me and Mario, we're close. We amigos, okay?
Where were you last Sunday?
We dos amigos.
Where were you last Sunday?
Last Sunday, I was eating my way through a cheesecake.
And the professor and I were out there running hard for Christopher Martin's.
Well, some of us appreciate the finer stuff in life. Have you sampled one of Mario's cheesecakes?
I don't remember.
You don't remember. See, that's why I carry this show. This week alone, I've had multiple cheesecakes.
Multiple cheesecakes.
I've had multiple.
So you're on a cheesecake diet.
I'm on a cheesecake diet. Each piece of those delicious cheesecakes is better than an orgasm, let me tell you.
Whoa.
Oh, geez, now he's going to censor me.
Right. I have to get Alex Cypher down here. Maybe he can work with the Federal Communications Commission.
We don't have to worry about the FCC, the Federal Communications. We don't have to worry about it.
Because I'm sure he could always use extra. I mean, I'm sure he can weigh in on public access.
Weigh in. Let me tell you, if I eat many more of Mario's cheesecakes, there ain't going to be a scale big enough for me to weigh in. But anyway.
In any event, we had a great time last week. Christopher Martin's Run for Children.
Well, I'm sure you did because you didn't have to see that French guy down there.
Yeah, there might have been other French guys down there. I don't know.
That's why I wasn't there.
Well, we can't tell
because I know they cheat.
There's all kinds of people in New Haven.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly.
Right, and there was thousands of people just running that race. It was freezing cold out too.
And I wasn't about to get out there and freeze my quality parts off when I can sit in front of a roasting fire, be chilling and warming the scene up with some fine young honeys. Okay? So you go out and you freeze whatever you got off, and I'll sit in front of the fire eating those delicious cheesecakes with some fine young honeys. You got that? All right.
Hey, you do what you want on your off time.
And yeah. And anyway, from all of us, from me, to you out there who have been watching our insanity all year, we're wishing you a very Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season.
Right. Happy holidays from all of us here at the Squared Circle to you at home. We're going to be taking a hiatus for 3 weeks.
What, are you going to go hang out with the Frenchman now?
Oh, we got the 2 weeks where the studio will be closed.
What did you? The studio's closed. What did you do?
Nothing.
What did you do?
The Hollywood. It's the staff here. I mean, they deserve some time off.
They do. They do deserve time off from you.
It's the holidays.
I mean, what? They name it after you now?
Christmas?
The holidays.
Maybe they named it after Richard Holiday.
You never can tell. He's the most marketable man in wrestling.
I don't know. But then the following week, they're open. But January 5th, you know what happens?
January 5th is the day Moron here and the king of the screen go out to light up New Haven. Did you know that?
Right. Because you only turn, I'm not saying what?
110 once.
I look good for 110, don't I?
No. You don't look as good as one of Mario's cheesecakes.
Really?
Really.
So you'd really like to have one of Mario's cheesecakes?
Oh, let me tell you, all I gotta do is pick up the master phone. I got Mario Mancini on the hotline, my friend. I say cheesecake. He says yes, Dan. I'll be there. We're like this, not like you and that Frenchman who are like that. You know.
Oh. I don't talk to him that much.
And I don't talk to him at all.
But we're going to wrap things up here. We will see you next year, 2018. All new episode of the Squared Circle. More PvP, more PAPW, more Blitzkrieg. Maybe some more things to come in the upcoming year.
No more Frenchmen?
Maybe I'll get him down here. And you could talk about him to his face.
I'll talk to him about his face. You get your Frenchman down here. I'll get him Paul Roma, and we'll see who takes who to school.
Good night. Good luck. We'll see you next year. Happy holidays.